first Syndicate gave players full control of a slew of murderous assassins. Using more than force to get the job done, players could persuade, kill, and capture key targets. It is heralded to many as one of the best real-time strategy games to come out. The remake looks to take on a much different approach, and instead focuses on heart-pumping first-person shooting. Is this the best choice for a beloved classic, or just another get-rich nostalgia play? The story of Syndicate seats players in the role of Kilo, a cybernetic assassin and employee of EuroCorp. In a world where corporations run society, it's key to use whatever means necessary to get a leg up. So your job is to infiltrate different syndicates and extract, kill, or capture key targets or information. Now, while this may sound like a promising storyline, it fails to stray from the rudimentary formula of other stories. The player instead chases after a woman target of high interest to the company. From here, the story becomes a predictable plotline with twists that wouldn't surprise a first grader. The gunplay is much more approachable compared to the storyline. Bullets are visceral and can lay many an enemy flat with a small amount of shots. The enemies react in kind to the ripped apart flesh. Shoot an enemy in the throat and they will grasp at it, or players can outright dismember them with the larger weapons. This is something that's extremely noticeable when players use the various technical applications. Your foes can be convinced to shoot their comrades or even blow their own brains out. Kilo can even force guns to backfire on enemies, to take out recovering villains without retaliation. The system even allows for players to tack on some add-ons for these applications. Players can remove chips from fallen bosses to empower themselves with new boosts to their talents. These boosts don't give the players new moves, but they can enhance the few that are in place. It's nice to have them when the rudimentary combat situations come about, as players will slog through incredibly long boss fights or have a shootout with 80 enemies in various enclosed rooms. Eventually, the game starts to feel like an assembly line of AI opponents, instead of an intriguing and well-paced first-person shooter.
We are in subverter territory.
The graphics themselves are a mixed bag. The game features a gorgeous futuristic environment, but the locales are bland and lifeless outside of certain areas. The game also makes use of heavy lighting to an almost distracting degree. I haven't played many games that went out of their way to blind me with glares. The character models themselves are average looking and don't invoke much realism or artistic flair. The audio keeps the focus with the pop of explosions and gunshots, and also some well done voice work by Rosario Dawson and Brian Cox.
Excellent, Calico.
I'm not so sure. The new chips are much more powerful and these connections are old.
Seizure!
I was afraid of that.
The campaign clocks in at about 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, which would usually mean you have to take it back to the store or play some tacked on multiplayer component. Luckily, if you invest in the cooperative mode of the game, you will see where Syndicate really shines. I don't know why the entire game wasn't the cooperative mode. It's fast, frantic, and all kinds of fun. You can take on various missions with 3 other players, which range from stealing information to assassinating different targets. Players can purchase various ability and weapon upgrades. They can even cycle through a wide range of custom applications to help the team. Now, if this was all there was to the game and it was sold to me for $30, I would gladly purchase Syndicate, since the cooperative mode is just outright entertaining. As a matter of fact, this is a game that would have fared better as a cooperative mode only. The single player portion is highly forgettable and easily brings down the grade of the game. The cooperative mode keeps things alive if you want to just have a good time with 4 friends. So Syndicate receives a C- from Half-Ass Gaming. The game is average across the board, but the cooperative mode nearly makes up for it.